Okay, recording has started. Hello, internet. Welcome to Game Theory. Sorry, welcome to Seedonator's channel, my channel. Okay. I got with me here today my
Wrong
mates,
channel.
Popcornium and Worko. Can I just call you by real names or?
Yes.
I don't mind, but also wrong channel. It's not CDNA channel. It's the BTP channel.
No, I'm gonna upload it to my main channel. I just don't
Remember
because I don't nobody subscribed to the BTP channel right now.
That is true.
Yeah. Anyways,
put it on both, and then
I can, but like then the community split. Anyways, today we got with us me, Seed or Saeed, Anas. That's yeah, and then Matic as well. Okay. Actually, Anas, just say hi so that okay, and then by process of elimination, that other guy, he's Malik, right?
The other
Yeah.
speaker room.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Also, you wanna do we say our Discord name as well,
uh,
so that people know who we are in the Discord?
do they really care? Do they really care? Oh,
No,
okay.
not
Okay.
really.
Look, listen. Malik is Worko. Okay. He's the right hand man. He's the tyrant of the server. He will do.
Thank you.
He will abuse. Anyways.
Wow.
Okay. As for Popcorn, I didn't give him no right. He doesn't deserve it. You know.
Yeah. I'm just a lowly peasant.
Yeah, peasant.
Yes.
Right. That's what this.
That gets abused occasionally.
Not much has changed since school, bro. I'm sorry. Like,
Medic is the abuser. I'm the abused.
Yes.
Okay.
This
Anyway,
is the way.
all right. Shut up. Okay, we got BTP. All right. What? This is main menu snapped it together. But anyway, let's just quickly explain. Okay, what is BTP? BTP stands for Betrayed and Trapped Project. Don't ask why it's called that. If you know, you know, and if you don't know, you're in a good position in life, and I envy you. Okay, but anyways, what BTP is it's a modular arena fighter sandbox. Basically, you create your own characters by importing your own assets first, then you assemble them in game to make your own characters, and you fight other players with them. Or when I say fight other players, I mean you'll host your own servers that have your custom characters, or you'll join another server that has their own custom characters and play with them, basically. And it's very modular, so you can make some really like crazy stuff with it. So today we're just going to be looking at the custom games menu and the game types and the match system for BTP. Yeah, so we'll just get into it. All right, so I'll just open up the custom games menu. So yeah, this is all the UI is just something I just kind of slapped together. As I said, it's not final. We'll decorate it and make it look better later, but just for functionality demonstrations, I just put something together. If anyone recognizes this background, good on you. You're an OG. But if you don't, then well, then you didn't have a childhood, so it's like, I mean, I don't know what to do for you. Like, you kind of already like lost. So I mean, then at that point, I just had condolences. But anyways, here we got menu title, custom games. Okay, obviously. We have the host settings on the left hand side. So if you're hosting the game, you'll be able to interact with these and change up how you're gonna have the game set up. On the right side, we have the player panel. This is just all the players in your lobby. I just banned my name like a billion times here just so I can show the fact that it's scrollable. But yeah, when people join your lobby, they'll just show up here. You can click their name, add them as friends, kick them or whatever if you're the host. And yeah, so we'll just get straight into the settings. So host settings. If we open this up, here we got a nice Halo 3 ripped off UI, and you'll be hearing that game a lot, and I'll explain why later. But anyways, that's all subject. I got who's best friend on Discord? Which scum? One sec. Oh, someone added rubbish bag to the shopping list. Okay, good to know. Anyways,
Good to know.
So yeah, what we have here is our host settings, and we got things like categorized under tabs, and we'll just go through them in order. So first off, we have network mode. What this is just you got offline, online. Basically, if it's offline, you won't be playing over the internet. You'll be playing locally on your own computer. So you can have split screen or just against bots only, but no like online play. And if it's online, it's online. Okay, intuitive. I know it's crazy, right? So yeah, then you can play with other people over the internet with this. UPnP. I'm not really going to explain this. If you know what it is, but otherwise just search it up. It's UPnP, open up a port automatically if your router supports it. Display in server browser, self-explanatory. If you turn this on, your server and your game will show up in the server browser for people to join. Then you have server name. You just enter your server name, that'll show up on the browser. Password, if you want to have a password so people need to know your password before they can join you, then yeah, you can set a password. And if you set no password, then anyone can just join. It's an open lobby. Message of the day is basically just the message that is sent to people when they join your server. So yeah, it's basically like a server description, to be honest. Okay, now under gameplay we have max players. So this basically, yeah, the maximum amount of players your lobby can hold. This is a very important setting, and we're going to show you how this connects to the rest of the game. But yeah, I'll probably put in like an actual text entry option here later. So you can just type in the number you want. But
What's the max?
The max? Oh no, let's see. Okay, 1 sec. I'm just spamming my arrow keys. Yeah, no, I don't know. So, basically, yeah, the max is unlimited actually because the way BTP works is there's no hard-coded player count, so you can play with as many players as you want, but there's a catch, and we'll explain that later. But as long as your hardware can support it, you can just pretty much set this to have how many players you want. Allow mid-match joins is basically if you've already started a match and the game is in progress, you can let people join in the middle of the match so they can spawn in as a character and yeah, do what they've been doing.
Now,
So
have you considered allowing players to join in spectator mode and then join in a later round?
So that's actually something I was thinking, right? That yeah, if we just have this disabled, maybe it'll just allow people to join late, but be forced to spectate. Maybe I can have 3 options: so disabled, then allow spectate only, and then spawn character as well. So they can actually spawn in as well if they want late. Yeah, that's probably something we'll add in. So next up, we got asset packs. This is basically your mods in the game. We have it. The way the user-generated content in BTP works is we have like asset packs and then JSON files. So the asset packs, these are like things like character models, animations, sounds, textures, and the likes, right? These are all kept inside asset packs, and then the game itself will then give you editor menus to assemble your characters and your custom content using the content that's featured inside of the asset packs themselves. So for example, if I were to, the character creator, you would just go and load in an asset pack or multiple packs and start referencing character models and animations to set up your character. And then that will be turned into a JSON file that tells, which models we're going to be using and animations and the damage values and how the combo strings will be set up and whatever. But yeah, so the asset packs, they're just the assets themselves. They don't contain actual gameplay data. The roster, that is... yeah.
How easy would it be to make an asset pack as a beginner? Would there be instructions anyway on how to do it, or
so to do that, what I'll need to do is actually have a version of the Unreal project for BTP publicly available, so that you can reference core assets from the project and then assemble your characters like that, like materials and stuff. But basically, we'll have a GitHub, probably a GitHub document, like a wiki on how to make custom assets and get them working in BTP, as well as I'll try to do a video tutorial as well, inshallah. But yeah, we'll have it all explained. But it's not really the point of today's video right now. So the roster setting, this is basically all your characters, all your custom characters that you'll be playing with in this server. And so that just has all the JSON files that you will have for your characters. Okay, now we have the commands here, kill command, end round. Yeah, what?
Why have you put asset packs here? If this server, is it just a selection from your mods currently on this menu?
So the reason asset packs is under the host settings is because everyone who joins your server has to have the same asset packs as you, right? So it's not attached to your game type. We'll get to the game types in a second, but basically because you want it to be consistent. So as soon as someone joins your server, they're actually secure in your server. They're not just going to get kicked out when they start playing a different game that doesn't has a different asset pack. So that's why it's a server setting, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. As for the roster, you don't need to have the roster downloaded. That'll automatically because it's just text files, right? It's just JSON files, very light, easy data. When you join a server, it'll just automatically give you the files for the roster. So now we have our commands here. So you have kill command, end round command, end game command. Basically, all of these function in a voting type system. So when you open up the chat, you can type ! Kill space whatever player you want to kill, right? And what it will do is it'll just put up a vote in the game. If everyone agrees, or more than half the players agree to, they will kill that, or just kill that person in the game.
Well, when would I use this feature?
So you'll use this feature when you're playing asymmetrical game types, and you have an AFK player who's like, say if you're doing a raid boss, and the raid boss is AFK, and everyone's like, brother, sack this, like we just want to go to the next round. You might just kill him, or if you want to just end the round because you want to move on, you can also just skip a round and end it, and you can end the entire game. We'll explain how the rounds and the game works itself when we get to the game types. So,
don't you think a skip round command essentially is the same as very similar to a kill command?
Not necessarily, because you can kill individual players, right? So, for example, if you have like multiple raid bosses and only one guy's AFK, you don't want to just end the entire round. You can just kill one of them and then fight the other guy. So that's just an example, but there are use cases for when you'd want the kill command. Or sometimes you just kind of want to just kill one poor bloke, just like have the whole server gang up on him and just kill him for no reason, right? So yeah. Now we got the bot settings, so we can just enable bots. If this is enabled, then any missing players from your player list will just be replaced with a bot, right? Then we can set the AI setting, so we can set it to no AI, so it'll just be an AFK character. Or we can set it to easy, normal, heroic, legendary. I definitely came up with those names myself.
Yep.
And yeah, that's just basically how well the AI will play. Okay, so we have the bots character selection. That basically just determines how the bots are going to pick characters from the roster. So either the host will specify which characters the bots will play with, or you can just set it to random, so the bots will just pick random characters from the roster. And voting mode, this is for the game type and the map that's upcoming. Basically, if it's set to none, then the host will always force the rest of the lobby to play whatever game type and map they pick. Otherwise, it'll be set to vote. So if it is set to vote, then you'll be given a list of options of maps and game types, and you can vote for which ones you want to play. Or you can do veto, where if basically it'll show you a map and game type, and if you don't want to play it, you press the veto button, and it'll just bring you another option until you get one that you like. Personally, I'm a fan of veto because it just allows you to play variety without voting for the same thing over and over. But if there's
So after each game or match, it takes you back to the screen to vote for the next game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I was saying, I like veto because it gets you to, like, if you get a game type you don't like, then you can veto it. But if you get one that's all right, then you might as well just play it because you don't know what's going to be coming up next. Whereas if it's vote, usually people they'll just keep voting for the same thing over and over, so it's not as good. Yeah, so that's that covered. Now we'll look at the game type. So if I just click this button here, basically we have another UI that's ripped off Halo 3. And also, let's just quickly explain that. Why are we using like Halo 3 systems here? Basically, we have BT3's gameplay loop, which I really like. It's like very fluid, very like solid fighting game, and very fun. But it's just like you just get the basic like a deathmatch. He just two teams, they fight each other. Whoever kills each other, they win the round or does the most damage. It's fine. That's fun, but you can only do that so many times before it kind of gets old. So what I did is I looked at Halo's game types. There's a lot of game type variety, and not just in the base types, but also like all the settings you can do. You can actually set these up to do like things that are completely like not intended by the developers, right? Just to make really like fun, wacky game modes. And just there's so many different ways to play using like, your base game mechanics, but different objectives, right? Than just killing your enemy players. And so that's why I thought, let's go look at Halo, take that as inspiration because I'm a big Halo fan, and try to integrate that in the setting of a fighting game. And we still have the original normal fighting game setup where you just have two teams that fight each other and beat each other until one wins or does the most damage. That's all possible, but we have all these other options as well for you to play with if you want to do that. If you just took the base gameplay of Budokai Tenkaichi 3 as in that loop and combined it with the match system of Halo 3, then that's what BTP is, basically. And you might be thinking, like, how the heck do you translate a shooter game's, like, game types into a fighting game, right? Well, we're gonna explain that we'll look at all the settings and you'll see how this is gonna work. And just the disclaimer, BTP is an original IP. It has nothing to do with Dragon Ball. It is not. It does not feature any assets or copyrighted content or trademark stuff from any other franchise. It's all its own thing. The player base, they will make their own content at their own discretion, and that's their responsibility to do whatever they want with that, and share that around. But yeah. So let's take a look at the game type editor or game types here first. So we have this maximum player count. That's the same setting we set in the host settings. So basically it's set to 4 right now. So what that means is your game types that you're allowed to play have to support 4 players. So if your game type only supports 2 players, then you can't actually use their game type here. So you can see when I go to the right here, it'll tell me. By the way, don't worry about this little alien here. That's just a random icon I picked. We'll get proper icons in later. On the right side, we have the game type description, and then we also have how many characters or players that the game type supports. So if you look at like this game type here, it only supports 2 players. So if your maximum player count is 4, then you can't play it, because if you have a 3rd player, they won't have anyone to play as. If you have a 4th player, again, same thing. Now, we might have like an auto spectator mode, but like for now, this is just something to keep in mind, that the game will track, how many players is supported by your game type, and that'll be connected to your maximum players in the server. Now, let's have a look at. Yeah.
Don't you think there's some confusion in the naming here? Because max player count for the server, but for example, if you look at like Battle Royale duos, the max player count is set to 4, but it's also like duos, your team max is 2, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a bit of overlap happening here.
Okay. So maximum player count is referring to the entire lobby itself, the entire server, how many players is supported. Now, when we say Battle Royale duos, that just means 2v2, right? Now, by the way, don't worry about like the specific number on the side here. I didn't actually set up these game types properly. But anyways, we'll just show you.
I'll say it again.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I was saying like a Battle Royale with no more than 2 people. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. So no. It's just I haven't properly set up the game types here, but we're gonna go to the game type editor in a sec. And you can see here we have like a bunch of base game types, and the primary one is Deathmatch, and you can set it up to play exactly the same as any normal fighting game. All right, that's still there, but you also have a million other options on how you can set it up so that there's a lot of variety. Okay, now let's take a look at the game type editor. Okay, so
can people make their own game type?
They can make their own presets based off this. So they'll just select one of the existing ones, and then they'll click edit, and then they can save it as a new preset.
And will the users have a way of recommending new game type ideas?
What do you mean by
like the dev team?
Yeah, they just send it in the server. We'll have a suggestion channel. Let's look at the game type editor. Okay, so if I click this, what it'll do is it'll take the game type I just selected. So we selected Deathmatch Classic 3v3. So in here we have our general settings and deathmatch settings. So if we just go back, remember we have our base types, and so each base type has its own specific settings to that type itself, right? So that's why when I click edit type, you get deathmatch settings here. So these are settings that are specific to deathmatch, and in general these apply to all game types. All right. So we'll go through these in order. So we have the first category, which is rounds. So basically, the way BTP works is you have your entire match as a comprehensive thing, and then that's built up over rounds themselves. So basically, the round, you have your score to win. So how much score you need to basically get to win the game, or not the game, but just the round itself. You can set it to unlimited so that there's you can't actually win the round through score. But if it's set to a certain value here, then you can when you reach the score, the round will end prematurely, basically. Then you have time limit. So the time limit is just how long the round is going to last. So you can go up to 1 hour. And otherwise, you can set it to no limit so that the round will never end until someone actually wins it by getting enough score. And if you set them both to unlimited, then the round will literally just never end. Okay. And we have a number of rounds, so that's just how many rounds you want to play. So we have this set to 3. But yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Okay. So, any questions?
And so just confirming, the users can save their settings for next time in case so they don't have to reconfigure everything.
Yeah. You save them as presets and then you select them yourself. That's all like, it's not like you're gonna have to set this up every single time. You save it as a game type and then you can just load it up and you give it your name and description. So,
will there be a limit to how many game types a user can save?
No, literally you can it's just files on your computer. You can just put it like unlimited amount.
Will there be a way for other people to use someone else's game types that they've saved?
Yeah, will there be an import and an export menu essentially?
There can be an option where like you have last played game type based off a server that you joined or like recent game types. That's how Hater 3 handles it as well. So that's doable.
What
like,
if
there would be a limit on the
want
amount
to
of
share your game type? Will there be like a privacy setting?
What do you mean?
What if like I don't want to share my secret source?
No one cares. No. If you're playing
BTP Gametypes,
yeah, like the
exactly. Can people gatekeep?
Yeah, no, that's not going to be a thing. If you're hosting a game with Gametype, everyone can just download your Gametype, right? So you don't own it because I own it. I own the Gametype, right? Me. Okay, so
Fair enough.
Anyways, let's look at the character setting. So we have character stat overrides. We'll actually get to this one after the others because there's a lot of settings in here, so we'll come back to that. Restrict duplicate characters basically means...
Hold on, just going back a bit, like what we were just saying about like privacy settings and gatekeeping. You said that people could save the preset. What if they save it to like something that they don't like the name as like when they download that preset, right? Will they download the name that was saved by the user?
Yeah.
Okay, then we should probably put like a warning in telling people to like
keep it respectful.
Keep it respectful, and also like don't put like any personal information. Don't say like
IP address.
So it's the last name like 1, for example, right?
Yeah.
It's like okay, fair enough.
Common sense as well, but
common sense.
Like I know it's not really common anymore. I get that. Like, but
yeah, exactly.
Like, anyways, look, restrict duplicate characters. Basically, this setting here just, or you have a little description down here, restricts the usage of the same character multiple times. So, if I have like a character, let's call him Carrot, and if I pick him, right, and it's set to unrestricted, I can keep picking him like for my entire team like multiple times, right? Now, if it's set to player, then every player can only pick one of each character for themselves. So, if I got, let's say, my team of 2, and we've got 2 players on the team, I can pick Carrot, and my mate, Addis, he can pick Carrot as well, alright? Now, if it's set to team, that means the team themselves has to be using unique characters for every selected character. So I will pick Carrot, Addis cannot pick Carrot, but he can pick Vegetable, okay? Yeah, these are original character ideas I came up with, by the way. Anyway, if it's set to all, that means the entire match, or the entire game, you have to use unique characters. So what that means is like, my enemies, if they pick a character, I can't pick their characters now because it's been used up in the roster.
For this setting, does that mean you'll take turns selecting characters?
Or is it first pick, first serve?
First pick, first serve. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Don't you think that's a bit harsh, especially for like, for example, someone who doesn't know the character roster compared to like
the
beginner player?
Then play on a server that's got allowed unrestricted characters. Like I don't know, I can't really help you.
I understand the argument of skill issue, but at the same time, I think if you're gonna prohibit duplicate characters, it becomes more of a tactical decision at the start of the game.
True. We can do like a turn mode. That actually does make sense, right?
That sounds cool.
So select one, and then the other team's like, no, I really wanted that. Okay, how can I counter that?
Yes,
and then counter, and then
yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Okay. Then, okay, roster selection mode. So this is basically how your characters are chosen between rounds. So if it's set to only once, that means at the start of the game, you pick your characters, and that's it. You play that for every single round, the same characters, okay? If it's set to every round, that means before every single round, you get to change your characters. That's a fun option there. And then you have roster elimination. This one is basically Smashdown from SSBU, where every round that completes, you eliminate characters from the roster. So if I pick like carrot and vegetable in round 1, then round 2, that they're eliminated from the roster. And that also combines with this setting up here. So it can be per player, team, or all character, like everyone in the server. So you can mix and match them like that. Now we got the live setting. You know what I just had?
What?
Like worse that I'm not recording. All right.
Been there.
Oh no, I got the symbol at the top right on my screen. It says recording. Okay, we're good. We're fine.
Let's go.
We're fine. Inshallah. Okay. Yeah. So we got total lives. This is the live setting. So we need to explain first off what lives are. In BTP, we have a live system where you can revive dead characters using lives. So when you press your swap character button, it'll open up a radial menu where you can see all your characters in your team. And you can choose to revive certain characters that have died if you have lives to spend, or you can swap in your next character that is living already. So if you want, you can turn off this mechanic in its entirety by just setting the lives to 0. But otherwise, you can set it to however much you want. Up to 10 lives. And then we have lives distribution itself. So the way this works is, okay, if I set it to character, every character is going to be given 10 lives, right? Because I set it to 10 up here. Every character on my team, they'll have 10 lives. It's attached to the character themselves. So the character can be revived 10 times. If it's set to player, then the player is the one who holds the lives. So I can, I have the ability to revive any character on my team 5 times, 10 times, whatever, how many times. If it's set to team, then the lives are shared between the entire team. So anytime someone revives someone in my team, that's going to be taken from our pool of lives. Okay, now we have death cooldown. This is basically when you die, right? You're given a time window where you're allowed to swap in your next character and pick who you want to pick, and revive characters in that window as well. Okay, so this can be really high, up to like 5 minutes, or it can be 3 seconds, or generally I think 5 seconds is a good amount, right? You can just quickly look at which characters you have, who you want to revive if you want to revive anyone, or just swap in your next character straight away without reviving.
Imagine 5 minutes, bro. Can't. Oh my
yeah,
God.
you'd have to have doom scroll in the time or something. I don't know. You can have
punished for dying.
You can have aura revival as well. So aura is basically the Blastox from BT3. We call it aura in BTP. It's the same. It's basically the same mechanic. Basically, you use your aura to revive characters instead, right? So this is set to no revives by default, meaning you can't actually use aura to revive anyone. But if you want, you can set it to up to 9 bars, because every character can hold 9 aura max, right? So for example, in Tenkaichi Tag Team, they had it so that you can revive your teammate at the cost of 5 Blastox. So if I set this to 5 aura, then it's basically the same mechanic now. I can now revive teammates for 5 Blastox. And we'll also get into how Blastox are distributed and the distribution settings later. So
And this is alongside lives.
Yeah. So this is separate from lives. So if you revive with aura, it doesn't consume any lives. And also aura revival is always instantaneous, right? So we can make that a setting if you want, but basically when you revive with a life, they still need to wait the death cooldown, okay, until you can bring them in. But if you revive with aura, it's an instant revive. They will eliminate the death cooldown. You can swap them in immediately.
So what's the benefit of that? Because I thought the death how does that benefit the player to have no cooldown?
Well, okay, so if I'm if a character's died, right? They just died, and they're on their cooldown for a revival, right? So I have to wait before I can revive them and bring them in. I could just instead use an aura revive and just immediately respawn them in, or revive them and make them ready to switch, basically. So
But why can't I just wait on the radial circle for 5 seconds and then revive?
so the reason is because if you're dead, then it doesn't really matter because you're already dead. But if you have your teammate who's fighting on the battlefield, you want to come in and help him really quickly, right? You don't want to be waiting like a long time for your character's death cooldown to be done. If it's set to like 5 seconds, it doesn't matter. But if it's set to something like 2 minutes, then it becomes like a very a bit like not a waste of time, but it's expensive to just not be fighting alongside because you're making getting jumped, right? Or your team will be at a disadvantage because you're dead. So you might want to use an aura revive in that sense. And also, if you're not dead but you want to revive one of your teammates who's on death cooldown, you can aura revive him as well. Depending on how the team's set up in the deathmatch settings, we'll look at that in a second. Okay, so in under core settings, we have there's just lock on right now. Well, we can add more stuff later, but basically this just changes like base like game mechanics. So we have the classic hard lock on where you have like one character you're locked onto, or you can swap your lock on between different characters and you're just stuck on them. This is good for at maximum 2v2 tag team, right? It will not work for any more than 2 enemies at a time. This system. Once you start getting more characters on the field, it's going to be very messy. So you wouldn't want to use this. You would use the modern option, which is just the entire reworked lock-on system to support like many characters on the field and be dynamically changing depending on like game settings and stuff.
Well, will modern be the default?
Probably, yeah. Modern is going to be the default, yeah.
Okay.
Why would I use the legacy version?
Well, if you just want to play, the good old like BT3 style gameplay, then yeah, you'd want to use classic. That'd be fine. Especially if you're just doing like 1v1s and stuff like that. But when you start getting multiple characters like on the field, then you really want to use the modern one because it'll have
similar
support.
to BT3. You can lose your lock on.
Yeah. You can lose it and stuff. Yeah, it's all there in the classics. Cool. All right, so now let's go back to the character stats override. So if I just open this up, we have basically all the settings for your character. You can overwrite them, right? And this if it's applied in the general settings, it'll override the stats of every single character in the game, right? So for example, I can override their HP. So we can set it to like everyone's going to spawn in with, and 10,000 HP is 1 bar, right? So I can set it like 50,000 HP. So everyone is going to spawn in with this much health, right? Or you can set it to like 1 or whatever you want, right? Or you can set it to unchanged, I won't change it. Same thing with energy, how much energy you want to spawn in with, up to 5 bars. You can have starting aura as well, up to 9. And you got all these different settings here, like melee damage multiplier and stuff. Allow utility moves, so you can disable, they call them plus ones in BT3, but you can disable them, special attacks or super attacks, you can disable them or enable them. You can set how much damage they do, how much they cost, and all that. You have transformations, movement speed options, the ability to fly. If you want grounded gameplay, you would set this vertical flight speed to 0. And then you can't fly anymore, right? And we even have a character size multiplier, which is going to be a very powerful option. I'll show you why later. But yeah, this override thing, so we have this present in multiple pages in game types, right? So what I'm saying is we have it in the general page where it will apply for every character, but there's also certain conditions where you can apply it only in certain circumstances, depending on the game type. So you can do some really like powerful type dynamic changing character stats depending on how the game plays, and you have a lot of options to play. So yeah, now let's go to the deathmatch settings. In here, deathmatch doesn't have too many settings, but the other game types have a bit more. So in deathmatch we have kill points, basically how many points do you get when you kill a person, right? So in 3v3 classic, yeah, what is it?
The minus one is funny.
Yeah, you could go up to you can go negative. So if you like,
no, but why would I get
no, because tournament of power, right? If you kill someone, you're not allowed to go. So negative. But basically, No. The setting's
that's
there.
interesting.
It's the setting. The option is there because you can do like some really creative stuff with it. That's why it's just there's no point in me limiting it if the game system supports it. But generally, you're not gonna be putting negative points. But if you want to, you can. Okay, why not? Why not expose the parameter?
Sure, why not?
So yeah, you got kill points. Then you got last team standing points, right? So this is when you've eliminated all other teams on the map and they can't respawn anymore. Then you'll be given this many points, right? So this is how we set it up in 3v3 Classic, where if you kill everybody, then basically your enemy team, when you eliminate them, then you'll just be given a point, and that'll win you the round because the score to win is just 1, right? So then that'll allow you to win the round. And most damage dealt, basically this this gives points to the team that dealt the highest damage if the match timer ends, right? And nobody has won the match yet. Then it will just see whoever did the most damage and it'll give them this many points. So that we have these both set to 1. That way it'll function basically the same as a BTP
That's team
match.
points, right?
Yeah, for your whole team. So now let's look at the team settings. So number of teams is how many active parties are on the field at once. Okay, so we can set this to like 8 if you want. That'll be an 8-way battle, right? 8 teams fighting all at once simultaneously. And you'll notice that on the top right, we have the maximum player count here, and that changes as we adjust these parameters. So in 3v3 Classic, it's just 2 teams, right? 2 teams of 3. But we can increase this and make this like a 3-way battle. So you have 3 teams now, or 4 teams, or however many you want. And you can even set it to unlimited. So every time a player joins, they'll just have their own team. That'll allow you'll remove the player count max, so you can actually just play with any as many players as you want. And the game type is compatible with all server settings. We have active characters. So this is active characters per team. Basically, if you've got like 2 teams on the map, right, you can choose how many characters in each team will be fighting at any given time, right? So if it's set to unlimited, it's unlimited. But otherwise, you can go up to 8 characters here. So if I set it to two teams of 2 active characters, that's tag team, right? You got 2 characters fighting 2 characters on the team. You set it to 3 characters, 4 characters, or however many you want, and they'll all be fighting simultaneously depending on the active characters. And with as we increase our active characters, our maximum player count increases as well, so we can hold more players. So for example, if I have 2 teams and each team has 8 characters playing, then we can now have 16 players because we have 16 characters on the map for people to play as. Then we also got maximum reserve characters. So the way this works is it's just your spare characters that you have in your team that aren't on the field, right? So I can set this to like 10 characters, right? So now we'll have a team of 11, right? 1 character that's playing active, 10 that's spare, that I can swap in later, and 2 teams. So it's like total it's 11v11, but basically only 1 character fighting at a time. And if I increase the player count, I can set it to the active characters. I can set it to 2, and then we have 10 characters on the team as a spare pool that anyone can swap in, right? Which brings us to the next setting, which is character distribution. How are these characters distributed, basically? So if it's set to player linked, that means every player has their own set of characters that's attached to themselves. So, for example, in here, right, let's set this to like 2-2-2. So we have 2 teams. Each team has 2 characters that are fighting on the field and two reserve characters. If it's set to player linked, that means I, as player 1, will have my own character that I'm playing as my active character, and I'll have 2 spare characters myself, but my teammate can't use them, right? He'll have his own character and his own 2 spare characters, if it's set to player linked. So you basically you keep your own pool of characters, but you're still fighting on the same team, in that sense.
How will the distribution work? Like, do the players or team pick their characters, the reserves, or
so if it's set to player linked, then the players, they'll pick their own characters, right? But we'll get to the other options. So if we have, actually, we'll just look at team first. If you have team share, what?
Will this game support split screen multi-connection? Like, if I'm playing split screen with someone, like, how in Halo, for example, 2 people can be like playing on the same machine and then connect to a server, and then it would be like For example,
Okay, yeah, yes,
worker
yes.
one, worker
It
two.
will, but question for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Why are you bringing this up now? You couldn't have brought that up before?
I just thought about it now.
Thanks, bro. Thank you, Val. Yes.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we got split screen, and you can play online split screen as well, so you can have like two guys playing on one computer, and then join a server as well with that. That'll work. Full player split screen.
Now that
Or not.
you brought it up now, will this cause any issues with like the team sharing or the reserve characters?
No, it will just function the same. You're just basically playing as like, yeah, but it's kind of like having two games running at once. So we'll have the UI to support all of it.
Okay.
But yeah,
Awesome.
look, we explained player linked. Let's look at team shared. Basically, this just means your reserve characters are all shared between the entire team, right? We might have like order picking, so everyone picks in order, so everyone gets a turn to pick their reserve characters. That will add up to the team's reserves, and what's it for? Sorry, I'm just blanking out. Yeah, so your active character, if it's on team shared as well, what happens is that let's say our settings like this, right? We got two active characters, so we have two players who are playing their active characters, and they have 10 characters that are shared between them in their spares, in the reserves, right? When I swap out one of my active characters, that's going to go into the shared reserve. So now I can swap my active character out for one of the reserve characters, and then my teammate now has access to the character I was playing as because it's in reserves now. So he can swap in my character that I just swapped out. Yeah. So, and then we have this option here called one character per player. This is 3 idiots mode, right? So if I just set the reserve characters back to 2 and then active characters to 1, you'll see our maximum player count is actually affected now by the reserve characters in here, because basically what happens is every single character in the game has a player linked to them. So you'll have one player is going to be linked to the active character of the team, then another player is going to be linked to one of the reserve characters, and another player is going to be linked to another one of the reserve characters, right? And you can have multiple active characters, and so every player is attached to their character. When they're swapped out, they basically put it to spectator mode, and they have to spectate the game. And when they're swapped in, they'll get to play.
And the active character is the one that chooses.
Yeah, who's going to be swapped in? Yep.
Okay.
Okay. We also have character possession trading. So basically, this is an option where if you can just prompt your own teammate who's playing an active character to swap characters with you, and if he accepts your request, you'll literally you'll take over his character and he'll take over your character. So yeah.
Can I swap with another person that's spectating, like another reserve character?
Maybe. Like you'd affect it. So it depends on your setting here, right? If this is like, say it's on team shared, and someone who's spectating wants to take over someone who's playing active, what will happen is that the person who's playing active will just be made into a spectator, and the guy who requested it he'll just take over the character that the guy was playing. And if it's player linked, you'll actually swap your pool of characters completely. So, for example, like I got my set of characters, right? Like this is set to like 5 characters per person. So one active character for each person, and then 4 reserve characters. That's my pool. So I have my own 5 characters. If I trade with someone, he'll take all my entire team, and I'll take his entire team, and then we'll just swap whatever characters we're controlling as well. So yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Aura distribution. Remember, aura is Blastox. This changes how your aura is attached, or what it's attached to. So by default, it's character. So every character has their own aura count, and their aura is like attached to the character itself. You can change this if you wanted to be on the player. So the player themselves is the one who holds the aura, and their characters use it from the player's reserve. But it's shared between all of that person's characters. Or you can set it to team, so the entire team has a global like aura count that everyone uses from, and that affects the revives and like your utility moves and everything that uses aura transformations and whatever. And we'll probably expose the setting as well to set the aura amount for team and player. But otherwise, if it's on character, it's already defined by the character, and you can set it in the character overrides as well.
Will you allow player kicking in case someone is like BMing, like bad manners?
Yeah, you can. So remember, I didn't put it in the host settings, but there's a vote kick option as well. So you can do !kick, and you can vote kick a person. I can put vote ban as well, but that's usually something that'd be done by the actual like host themselves. But yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Let's look at all these other game types now. Got a lot to go through. So we've already
Give it a
covered.
10-hour-long video.
Yeah. No, we've done the general settings. Let's look at capture the flag. Okay, there's not too much. We explained the teams, so we're just gonna explain capture the flag settings. The way capture the flag works is you have bases, and they have flags, and you go to your enemy bases, you take their flag, you bring it back home, and you score by putting the flag down. Okay, it's pretty self-explanatory. So we have a number of flags, right? If it's set to multiple flags, then every team is gonna have their own flag and their own base. If it's set to one flag, then only one team in the round is going to have a flag, and everybody else has to go try get their flag, pretty much. And so that team will be defending. Now, it's generally one flag. One flag is built for like just one team against one team. It's not built for more than two teams, because otherwise it'll be very difficult to defend against like a horde of players, right?
Interesting.
But
that's not quite how I imagined one flag to be. I thought it'd just like spawn a singular flag in the middle of the map, and then all the teams would try and fight for it.
Okay, we can make that. We could make that a setting as well. Yeah, we could do that. I just copied the name one flag from Halo 3 because that's what they called it there. But yeah, we could also do like just a single flag in the map, and everyone is like trying to get it. That can work. But yeah, anyways, we'll just leave it on multiple flags here. So what we have now is sudden death. So basically, if you have the match timer that's going, right, let's say it's set to like 5 minutes or something, and somebody picks up the flag, and we have sudden death enabled, right, it'll basically, if somebody's holding the flag, it'll add this many seconds to the match timer for them to give them time to actually score the flag, right? So you can set this to like 2 minutes max, so you'll have two additional minutes added to the timer if the timer ends while someone's holding the flag, right? Just so you don't rob them of victory when they're so close. But yeah, and you can also do it until flags dropped. So if players are holding flags, and the timer ends, then now sudden death, the way it will function is that as soon as all flags have been dropped now, so like if you killed like every player and flags have been returned and stuff, then the match is going to end pretty much. So yeah, we got the next setting is home flag required to capture. So basically, your team's flag needs to be at home before you can capture it if this setting is enabled, right? So if someone's already stolen your flag and then you steal their flag and you bring it home, you can't capture it until you get your flag back, pretty much. So that's how that setting works. And if it's disabled, then you can capture it even if you're missing your home flag.
Yeah.
Let's look at flag return time as well. So basically, when your flag has been stolen and then it's been dropped on the floor because you killed the person who stole it, or they just left it on the floor for whatever reason, and you go to your flag, you can return it by just setting the setting here. So if it's set it to 0 seconds, as soon as you touch your flag, it's going to return home. If you set it to like 30 seconds, you have to stand around your flag for 30 seconds for it to be returned home, right? So it sort of gives like a time window for a comeback. So like if your flag's been stolen and then let's say you steal someone's flag and then they kill you and they drop it, but you got it like almost home and now they start returning it. Now you can get your team to quickly rush the flag and try and get it back before they return it, right? And so there's a bit of a struggle there.
Scale with player count?
No.
So the more players on it, the faster it goes?
No. It's literally no. You just need one player and then it'll return. So that way it's kind of like a strategy thing. You have you're in charge of returning and I'll try defend, right? Or like pretty much that's how it works. And you can just disable it so that you can't return the flag. So if as soon as it's dropped, it's stuck in that position until the flag resets, or someone else picks it up and keeps taking it to the enemy base pretty much. So.
And the enemies can just pick up the flag even if you're returning it if the timer is if
the timer is still going and your enemies come and they just grab the flag, it'll reset the timer because they'll pick it up. Then you'll have to get them to drop it again, and if they drop it, then it'll start the timer again, right? So it'll put like that a push and pull struggle there. Then you have flag reset time. So if you leave the flag unattended for this amount of time, right? If it's just sitting there on the floor outside a base, it'll take this much time before it just immediately returns home. So minimum is like 5 seconds, but you can do 30 seconds, and if the flag's been left sitting there for 30 seconds, it'll just return home automatically. So you want this time here to be more than the return time, okay? So because otherwise it doesn't make sense. But yeah, And you can set it to disabled so that the flag doesn't automatically reset. But you generally want it to be on in case someone like throws it out of the map or something like that, or people can't even find the flag. Although there'll be a pointer for where the flag is, but yeah. We have flag revival on capture. So if you have your life settings and say like it's on 0 lives or something, or like even if you have like 1 life but everyone's burnt through their lives, you can set revival on capture so that basically either you revive your own team as soon as you capture the flag, your entire team gets revived, or you can do on enemies. So when you capture the flag, all of your enemies get revived, right? You get a point, they all get revived. Or you can set it to all, so everyone in the map, everyone in the entire round gets revived as well. Yeah. Make sense? Hello?
So, this game mode is by default set to, like, essentially deathmatch. If you die, you stay dead until the flag that round concludes.
Well, there's no default technically because I'm going to have multiple base presets for people to play with, but like you can configure it so that you have, like, generally capture the flag, you'd want it to be unlimited in most of the time, right? So you just keep respawning and like have a death cooldown of like I don't know, like 10 seconds or something, and then yeah, you just keep respawning. That's just generally how you want to play it. But you can set it to like limited lives and then do like a full thing where you have to capture the flag to get more lives and stuff like that. It's all configurable. And then we have flag carrier stat override. So this is now where we're going to be showing off how stat overrides actually start becoming useful as a mechanic. So if we open this up, again, it's the same page from before, right? But the thing is, we can actually set overrides for when someone picks up the flag. So when you're holding the flag, you can reduce the movement speed to like half speed, or like whatever speed you want. And you can, maybe you can even turn off their flight, so you're not allowed to fly if you're holding the flag now. And it'll force these overrides over the character that's holding the flag. And when they drop the flag, they'll be set back to normal, right? You can even do things like give them health. So when you pick up the flag, you'll be given this amount of health, or you'll be given energy or whatever. And you can even do things like, your character size, you become like really big when you pick up the flag so everyone can see you. So you have all of these options at play. You can do like more melee damage. So when you're holding the flag, you're able to do way more damage because you're a target now. Everyone's going to start rushing you. Or you can leave it unchanged, and you have all of these settings to play with, right? When someone picks up the flag.
Will any of the settings be changeable mid-game, or will I always have to end the game to change the setting?
You'll have to end the game. So the match starts by loading up the JSON file that you've saved, and then it will just take in all the settings. So you can only change them from the this menu right here. But yeah. So in terms of scoring for capture the flag, it's basically how many points do you get when you capture the flag. You can have negative points if for some reason I don't know why you'd use that, but it's there. But like generally you'd have like 1 point. So every time you capture the flag, you get a point. And then once you get enough score, you'll win the round, right? So if you get 5 captures, you'll win the round. 3 captures, and you can say how many rounds you want, like 3 rounds, 10 rounds, whatever.
Score to win, set it to -5.
Oh, yeah, you can't get negative there, but
Can't even do that.
yeah. But yeah, so that's capture the flag, and then the team settings are exactly the same as before. So yeah. Yeah. Let's go to the next game type, King of the Hill. So, shut up, bro. You know that, but I had to make these settings myself, bro. You know how long this took. Okay, look, this is short. Look, it's just two things here. Look, okay, King of the Hill. Basically, you have a zone on the map where if you stand inside of it, you get points, right? That's the point of it. So it forces players to go to certain locations, and your objective is to stand in the hill, get points, and kill players to prevent them from getting points as well, your enemies, right? So, what do we have here? King of the Hill, we have hill movement frequency. How often does the hill move? You can set it to no movement, so the hill was always in the same spot in the game, so that it will never move. Or you can set it so that it moves every 10 seconds, every 1 minute or something, to get movement happening on the map, so people keep moving around different places and stuff. Or if, like, for example, if one team has like really good control over the hill, you can set this to like 60 seconds, so the hill will move spots, and then you can give the other teams a chance to then try storm the next hill location or prepare for it. Hill movement order. So if you have hill movement enabled, you can set it to random, so it will move to a random spot on the map. Or you can set it to sequence, so it will move in certain. It'll move to the next zone in a sequence, right? So you'll be able to keep track, and you'll know where it's going to be landing next time. Then you have on-hill character stat overrides. So when you're standing in the hill, what overrides apply to your character? So you can do things like no super attacks, for example. If you're inside of the hill, you can't use special attacks anymore. Or you can do things like increase melee damage as well. So it forces you to go start fisticuffs inside of the hill when you're standing in it. You can increase like your energy regenerate, so you can like charge energy really quickly inside of the hill, for example. You can do anything you want, right? More defense if you're inside of the hill because you're in a tiny area, so you want to be able to take more attacks or more hits. You can increase your health regeneration, so you can add health regen when you're inside of the hill. You can do literally like anything there. So yeah.
And can people make their own custom maps, and will they be able to set their own custom hill location?
Yes, yeah. So the hill location actually has to be defined in the map itself. You can't. So yeah, custom maps is a thing, right? And in your maps, you need to point out where you're going to put your hill points. You can't just have it randomly spawn anywhere on the map because it's not going to work. And they also, when you put in your hill points, they'll be ordered in like a sequence. That way, if you have the sequence option enabled, they'll follow your order of where the next hill will be going. So it will have like a numbered system of like priority, pretty much.
And will the custom maps work in the same way that custom by using asset packs as well?
Yeah. So for custom maps, you'll just have your assets for the map. It'll be a bit different because it's not going to be defined with a JSON. You'll be actually using Unreal Engine's like editor to build your map, and then with the Unreal project for BTP that you'll have access to, you'll just spawn in the actors that are relevant for defining hill locations and flag locations, flag bases, and all that, right? But it'll be there, and we'll have the tutorials up and stuff for that, inshallah. So yeah. Now in scoring, we have hill points. How many points do you get when you're in the hill, regardless of if anyone else is in it, right? So you can set it to like negative, so you start losing points if you're in the hill, if you want like a reverse game mode where you have to get out of the hill or something like that. Or you can set it to like normal, like 1 point every second, right? I should change this to points per second, but yeah. Then you have uncontested control points. Basically, when you're in the hill, how many points do you get? When you're in the hill and nobody else is in the hill, as in no enemies are in the hill, how many points do you get? Because if an enemy comes in, you don't get any uncontested points. So for example, if you set this to 0, set this to 1, you'll be earning a point every time for every second you're in the hill. But if your enemies start assaulting you and they start challenging you for the hill, then the hill will not give anyone points until there's only one team remaining inside of the hill. Okay.
And the hill has to be yours.
Yeah. Basically, you have to have like sole control over the hill for this one to work.
Cool.
Then you have last team standing points, the same one from Deathmatch. Basically, if you've eliminated all other teams on the map because they have no more lives left, you can just end the game quickly by just giving everyone like 10 points or something like that, or however many you want. I might increase it to like up to 100 points or something, but yeah. And then team settings, same as before. So nothing added there. We got survival. So let's look at survival. Same settings here, but the way this works is actually rounds don't apply in survival, right? What happens in survival is you have your total waves. So we can have up to 100 waves, from 5 to 100, or you can have endless mode, right? So you just keep going, having waves, and every wave it'll spawn in enemies, depending on your team settings. And there's if you notice, there's less team settings because of the way survival works, but pretty much, you got. This is just how it is. So every wave you'll spawn in like the opposite amount of like your characters. So for example, I have like 4 active characters, so I've got 4 of my mates playing. Then it'll spawn in 4 enemies as well, every wave. So if we look at enemy stat overrides just basically means the base stats of your enemies, right? What they're going to be spawning with, and then we have also escalating difficulty. So the way this works is every wave that every new wave or every set of waves, you'll have your difficulty increase. So I can set this to every wave 1. That means every single wave, all of these stats are going to be added to the enemy characters. Or I can do something like I can do something like, there's a UI bug, I have to refresh it, but I'll fix it later. I can do something like 10 waves. So every 10 waves, these stats will be added on top of the characters. So I can do melee damage multiplier increase. So they'll be getting like let's say like 0.25 times extra melee damage. It can give them more defense, more special attack damage. They can charge faster, for example, more aura regen and then health regeneration. They can start gaining that with every wave that's or every set of waves that's completed. You can even increase their size as well. So like every wave they start getting bigger and bigger, right? Or smaller if you want. They can get even smaller, like have like speed demons running around or something.
No, I'm a baby.
Yeah.
I want difficulty decrease.
Nah, bro, it's only increased, guys. It only gets worse.
Only increase.
It only gets worse. So yeah, and even movement speed, you can have the speed that just keeps getting faster and faster and faster. So you have all these settings here. And then we also have bonuses, right? So this is the reverse of the difficulty escalation. So I can set this to however many waves I want bonuses for the players. So if I set it to like every 5 waves of characters that we kill, we'll start getting bonus lives. So we'll start getting like, maybe like 5 lives awarded to us now because we killed 5. We finished 5 waves. We'll get 5 lives. 5 lives. Oh my god.
Oh.
No. That was a missing
The Freudian slip.
No, 4 max.
4 max.
Anyways. We got bonus lives. Bonus HP, so if you want to add health to your players, you can set it to like 100, is that 1 million or 100? 100,000, so I'll just put you on max health. But yeah. You can, give like your special, I don't know, oh, sorry, that's a bug again. Bonus energy, so how much additional energy you want every time you complete every time you complete like your bonus waves amount, so you can just give your characters all like bonus energy, bonus aura, and yeah, so you can set this to like every like 10 rounds or something, or 10 waves, you'll get these bonuses.
Will there be any bonuses on the map, like temporary bonuses?
I haven't thought about that, but like power-ups, right? Or like a drop,
essentially like a temporary power-up, yeah.
Can add that in, why not? But I'll need to figure out how exactly it will be defined, if it will be in the game type on the map itself or something, but we'll see. Can add that in. And then, we got the team settings, so same thing as before, just active characters, reserve characters, and how do you want to set that up? That's survival done. Tournament. This is literally, okay, first off, round settings don't apply here. The number of rounds doesn't apply. We still have the time limit and score, but basically, the way tournament works is it's deathmatch, but like, you'd have your number of teams. It's always a power of 2. So it's like to set up the tournament bracket, right? So you start at 4 minimum. You can go up to 8, 16, 32 teams. Then you set your active characters per team, right? So if I set it to 2, then it's like a tag team tournament where me and my mate, we go and we work our way up the bracket in the tournament until we reach the top. And you have character position trading if you want, an aura distribution, and that's basically it. Otherwise, it's very limited settings here.
So set active characters to max, real quick.
Yeah.
That is a long tournament. That's a 12-hour tournament.
No.
It's still gonna be 32 teams.
No, it's still 32 teams though, right? It's just 8 characters fighting at once, right?
8. Okay.
The maximum player count
tournament,
is just how many players we're playing, because we have 8 characters on every team.
The match time will like have to be adjusted to support like 8 people fighting at simultaneously.
The match time.
I feel like you need. No, let's just skip this point. I didn't really think this one through.
What is it?
The more people on the field, the more chaotic it is, and likely the longer the match will be. So you'd want to give. Obviously, most people would want to configure to have more time.
But no one is gonna be watching a 60-hour per freaking tournament. Like, no, 60 minutes, right? Like 1 hour every single tournament. But we'd be sitting, cause it'd be like a month passes and the game hasn't finished yet. Right? So like
10 versus 11.
We'll just set it to like 3.
I have a question though.
Like most HP wins at the end.
Yeah, most HP. Yeah, I need to add in the deathmatch settings. I actually forgot to do that, but most HP scoring and stuff. Yeah. What's up?
Well, what do you do if you? So what happens if you don't have enough teams, but you set like let's say you have 31 teams and you set the setting to 32.
Oh well, okay,
Can you start the game anyway? Can you like?
I'm going to assume yes, you can start the game and then somebody's just going to automatically win the bracket or that they were supposed to be matched up with, I think.
Yeah, so it's gonna be automatic. Yeah,
that or you can use bots to just fill up the missing
or
players.
bots. Yeah.
Okay, so that one's simple. Infection and Juggernaut. These are the two like big like game modes like that. Like going to be very interesting because they're very different. Again, all of these are just based off Halo game modes, but anyways, in the context of a fighting game, they're going to be pretty wild. So same general settings, and if we go into infection, we have our infection settings. So the way infection works is basically you have zombies, they kill survivors, and then survivors become zombies and they join their ranks and then until they kill everybody on the map, pretty much. So what we have is our alpha zombie count. So your alpha zombie is the starting zombies. Whoever starts the round is an alpha. Whoever gets infected later on, a survivor that gets killed, he becomes a beta zombie, right? Don't ask like what, but anyways, pretty much we can set our alphas to like up to 8 alphas. Or we can set it to like 1 alpha, so you start with 1 zombie and then he just spreads his disease around as he kills players, he gets more people to join him. Or you can set it to percentage of the players, so you can set like 50% or 25% of the players in the game will be made alpha zombies. And yeah, then we have your stat overrides, so you have the beta zombie can have their own overrides and the alpha zombies can have their own overrides as well. So generally you might want to do something like alpha zombies are given like more like like buffs and stuff, right? Just better stats because they're starting the round as a zombie, so they're limited in their number in the supply, so they're more dangerous. You can make them have a bigger size as well or something, so you can distinguish them. And then for your beta zombies, you make them quite weak, so you'd have their starting health set to like I don't know, like maybe even half a bar or something. And then they're very easy to kill, low defense and stuff, but maybe a high movement speed, for example. So like they'll just rush you and then you just keep killing them, but they'll chip away at your health. And in great numbers, they can start overwhelming you, right? So that's how you can set them up. But yeah. And then you have last man standing stat overrides. So the way this one works is pretty much when you're the last survivor alive, right? So every other person has died or has become infected and you're the last guy alive, you can get special stats. So you can make this guy like really powerful, so that like he's getting overwhelmed by like hundreds of zombies, not hundreds, but like say like the entire lobby of like 15 players are coming after him, but he has like no special attack cost, high special attack damage, like instant kill special attacks or something. Maybe he has like instant charge or whatever you want. Make him like powerful, right? To compensate, and also like even things like you can have armor level. So how basically the level it takes for you to get flinched. So you can set it to like 10 so that nobody can flinch you now. So you can just keep like taking hits without flinching. And you can be like immune to rush attacks, rush specials, and all that. So I have all those settings here. And then scoring, it's just basically okay. How many points does an alpha? How many points do you get when you kill an alpha zombie? How many points do you get when you kill a beta zombie? How many points do you get when you become the last man standing? And how many points you get when you infect as the alpha? How many points you get when you infect as the beta? All right, that's pretty much it. Now, something you can do with this game mode is you can actually set your total lives to 0. So that would mean no zombies can respawn. When you kill someone, they can't actually respawn as a beta zombie, so it's just the alpha. Then you can make the alpha zombie really powerful, like really, really powerful, right? The stat overrides, like give them like, I don't know, like 25 times the size of a regular character. And basically now you have a raid boss game mode. So everyone has 1 life, and you have one guy who's just like absolutely cracked, and everyone's fighting him together. And he's just killing people across the map, and you have to try to kill him first before he kills everyone, and there's no respawns, right? So you can do that. But yeah, that would be the infection game mode. Juggernaut is the last one. The way this one works is you have a Juggernaut, and when depending on this setting here, next Juggernaut, that will determine who's going to become the next Juggernaut. The Juggernaut has stat overrides. You can give them settings, like again, just give them buffs and stuff over everyone else. And basically, the goal is that everybody else on the map is fighting against the Juggernaut. So you will have one guy who's picked as a Juggernaut. Everyone else fights him. And then if you do something like, the next Juggernaut is whoever lands the killing blow on this Juggernaut, right? So everyone's encouraged to start like beating him up. And whoever manages to kill him, they'll become the next Juggernaut, right? Or you can do highest damage, so whoever did the most damage to the Juggernaut, they'll become the next one. Or you can do random, so the next after you kill the Juggernaut, the next person who's going to pick as a Juggernaut is random. Or you can do killed by Juggernaut, so whoever the Juggernaut kills, he becomes the next Juggernaut, right? So there's some interesting stuff you can do with this. You have your delay, so how long it takes for the next Juggernaut to be picked.
Juggernaut, won't most people be killed by a Juggernaut?
Yeah, so it depends though. You can, the thing is, yeah, because the Juggernaut, you generally have them buffed, but you can actually have it so that, because you have all these stat settings, you can actually make them weaker. And then make it so like, okay, they're invulnerable, but they have like low damage or something, and then the Juggernaut, and everyone else is just like running away from the Juggernaut, for example. I'll show you what you can do with it, right? You have goal settings, so you can set this up so that if this is enabled, there are different locations on the map that the Juggernaut can travel to earn points, right? So you can also set its movement frequency, how often these goals are going to be moving. Move on arrival, move on new Juggernaut, so every time a new Juggernaut is picked, a new goal is picked, and then sequence as well. Similar to King of the Hill, basically. Okay, scoring. If you kill the Juggernaut, how many points do you get? If you kill as a Juggernaut, how many points do you get? If you're killed by the Juggernaut, how many points do you get? And if you become a Juggernaut, how many points do you get? Okay. And goal arrival points. So something you could do is set the next Juggernaut to be killed by Juggernaut. So when you kill someone, they become the Juggernaut, right? And then do something where if you become a Juggernaut, you get negative points. So now it's like a hot potato game mode, right? And if you kill a Juggernaut, you set this like 10. So then basically every time you become a Juggernaut, you lose 10 points, and you have to kill someone else to get your 10 points back, and then they lose 10 points, right? And then when the match timer ends, whoever's sitting with the negative 10 points, they're the loser of the match. So it's like you just passing it around. So yeah, and then everyone else will just be running away from the Juggernaut because you don't want to be killed by him, right? Because if you do, then you'll lose 10 points. So it's yeah, you can set it up to do like all these fun kind of things, or you can do like again raid boss, max out his stats, make him massive, and then just have everyone like gang up on him. And yeah, like if you kill him, you get like, I don't know, like 10 points, and if he kills you, he'll get a 1 point or something, and then he can just keep killing players and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I think that's all. That's everything. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have any questions.
Yeah.
Okay, and so all of these settings can be edited, saved as your own game types, and you can play with them. And then you have, your stages. Pick your stage and start game. That was long.
2 hours.
That wasn't 2 hours.
That was
Like 1.5.
An hour and a half, yeah.
Nah, but we started late.
Yeah. Well, we started there. I get like 1 hour 10 minutes.
1 hour 10 minutes.
That's my guess. That's my guess.
Oh, this is gonna be a long video. I might have to speed it up. Now, okay.
2 times speed.
Okay, now let's just talk about where the project's going right now. So I'm developing it. We have a Ko-Fi where you can tip me and send some money over so that I can actually develop it faster. Because the more money we have, the faster development can be. Because I don't have to waste my time working a job. But yeah, so that with that said, the next video that's going to be out is going to be the completed movement system. Trying to get that done, inshallah. So that's nearly finished already. And then we'll be showing off all the movement in the game and movement mechanics. And then after that, we'll show off the Mayday combo system and its modularity because it's very, very customizable. And then from there, after that we'll show off the character selector. That's going to be the order of character creator, right? So how you can make custom characters and stuff. And as soon as we get like something that's like reasonably playable with like the deathmatch game mode, we'll put out a early access on Steam for everyone to come play and give feedback and bug test and whatever. And we'll be adding more game modes as we go along and adding more features and stuff, inshallah. Okay. Anything else?
Ooh. No.
I think so.
That's it then. All right then. I will catch you in the next one, inshallah.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really do videos like this. I don't know how to do an outro.
Make sure to like, subscribe.
Hit the I don't know.
Hit the bell.
No. Hey, but join the Discord server, okay? And spread the project around. Like we need more people in the server. Just join this server. Links in the description. But yeah. Okay. We'll see you later.